Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to start a fresh chapter, which is chapter number 8, Declaration and Payment of Dividend. So I have so far covered chapter 4, which is Share Capital and Debentures, and chapter number 7, which was from section 98 to section 121, which was all about meetings, that is management and administration. In this particular session, we are going to go through chapter 8, which is Declaration and Payment of Dividend. Let us understand the definition of dividend given under Companies Act. See, first of all, the definition of dividend is given under section 2 subsection 35. Section 2 subsection 35, which simply states that dividend includes interim dividend. Dividend includes interim dividend. That's all. That's what is given in the definition of Companies Act. But the general meaning of dividend is basically a part of the distributable profits where payment is made by the company to its shareholders. Let us look at classification of shares for the purpose of giving dividends. I have already discussed this under section 43 that there are two types of shares. First is equity share and the other is preference share. And under preference share, I was categorical in the definition of preference share that preference share would have a preference as to dividend, which will be fixed at the time of issue of preference share itself. So there are two types of preference shares which may be possible. One is cumulative preference share and the second is non-cumulative preference share. In case of cumulative preference share, dividend accumulates unless it is paid in full. And in case of non-cumulative preference share, there will be no arrears of dividend which will be payable in future. Both these points have been covered by me under section 43. Please go ahead, and I have made a separate video for preference share itself where I have covered these points. Please go ahead and refer to those videos. And the next part is in case of equity shares. In case of equity shares, whatever is the distributable profits which is available with the company after paying off all the expenses, after paying off creditors, after paying off the dividend for preference shareholders, and whatever is remaining can be distributed by the company for the equity shareholders. So dividend is dependent on dividend policy of the company and availability of profits after satisfying the rights of the preference shareholders. So I hope this point is clear to all of you. The general introduction of dividend is clear to all. Dividend can be declared by the company as a fixed amount. That is, the company may declare it as, say for example, 10 rupees per share, 1 rupee per share, or they may also declare it expressed in a certain percentage to the face value of the share. See, for example, if a particular company has shares of face value of 10 rupees per share, and the company declares dividend at a percentage of say 200%. 200% in this case will be 200% of the face value of the shares. That means 20 rupees per share. 20 rupees per share. I hope this point is clear. So whenever a company says they have issued 200%, 300%, that is not on the market price of the share, but on the face value of the share. Okay. So the next point is the shareholders will receive dividend in a proportion to their shareholding. Okay. So this point should also be clear. Now, what are the types of dividend which can be paid by the company to the shareholders? It may be interim dividend or it may be final dividend. Now, what is interim dividend? What is final dividend? All these things are covered under section 123 of the Companies Act. And what are the conditions for providing interim dividend or final dividend? What are the sources through which these dividends can be provided? Everything is provided under section 123. So let's go through section 123. First of all, let us understand interim dividend in this session. Interim dividend is covered under section 123.3 and section 123 subsection 4. Interim dividend is a dividend which is declared by the board of directors of the company at any time. At any time. Now, what do you mean by any time? Any time means during the financial year, or any time during the period from the closure of the financial year till the holding of the AGM. So the total period within which a company may declare interim dividend is during the financial year or any time after the closure of the financial year till the holding of the AGM. Let me give you an example for the same. In case of a company, the financial year will start from April to March. Now the company can declare its dividend from April 2020 to March, which is during the financial year, and also the company may declare the dividend, that is interim dividend, before the holding of the AGM for this particular financial year. Now, holding of the AGM is covered under section 96. A video for the same is uploaded. I will give an I button so that you can refer to that particular video also. Now, coming back to the point, till the holding of the AGM, say the holding of the AGM can be up to 30th of September, that is 180 days. That is how many? 180 days from the closure of the financial year. So it may be up to 30th of September. Now, the company can issue or declare the interim dividend till the date of holding of AGM also. So it is after the closure of the financial year, but before the date of holding AGM. Okay. So in case the company holds the AGM, say on 30th of August, then the company will have to provide the interim dividend either during the financial year or during this period before 30th of. This is an important point, very, very important point from case study point of view or even from MCQ purpose. Okay. Now, effectively, it is said that interim dividend is said to be declared and paid between two AGMs. See, final dividend is declared at the AGM, but interim dividend is declared between two AGMs. Okay, very, very important from the examination point of view. What are the sources for declaring interim dividend? Interim dividend can be declared out of the surplus in profit and loss account. Surplus in profit and loss account. We can also call this as reserves of the company or credit balance in P&L account. Okay. Then the profits may be out of the current financial year for which the dividend is sought to be declared. And profits may be generated in the financial year till the quarter preceding the date of the interim. So it may be also given through the profits which are generated in the financial year till the quarter preceding the date of the interim dividend. Let us understand this from an example perspective. Now, in case the financial year for which the dividend is being provided, okay, and for this purpose, the surplus of past profits can be used by the company to provide for the interim dividend, or the company may use the profits of the financial year 2021, So, apart from this, these two, that is this one and this one must be very clear to you. The third one is that in case the company is giving interim dividend after the closure of the financial year, but before the holding of the AGM, say the AGM is being held in September 2021, in that case, the previous quarter of this financial year, what is the previous quarter? Previous quarter is June 2021. So any profits which have been earned between April 2021 to June 2021 can also be used as a source for interim dividend. I hope this point is also clear to you. In case the company incurred any loss in the current financial year, that means company has incurred any loss in the current financial year, can the company now issue or declare interim dividend? Yes, the company can declare interim dividend, but it shall not be declared at a rate What is the condition? The condition is it shall not be declared at a rate that is higher than the average dividends declared by the company during the immediately preceding 3 financial years. Now, some additional points over here for interim dividend is that interim dividend shall be regularized in the coming AGM by the members. So interim dividend is actually declared by the board of directors, but it has to be approved or regularized by the members in the AGM of the company. I hope this point is also clear. The next point is the amount of dividend which shall be, including the interim dividend, shall be deposited by the company in a separate bank account maintained with an scheduled commercial bank within 5 days of the date of declaration of such dividend. So this is the topic of interim dividend that we have covered so far under section 123. I will stop this video at this juncture, and the final dividend provisions and further provisions of dividend will be covered in the next video. So that's it from me for this particular session. If you have understood this video, please like the video. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel and pass this video to your friends and other students for whom it might be helpful. Thanks a lot. Stay safe, stay healthy.